Algebraic Reasoning Senior ACP Study Guide 2019, and this is for the spring semester. So let's go to the problems. There are going to be 12 of them using x cubed plus x squared minus 3x plus 6 is dividend, and x plus 3 is divisor. What is the quotient? There are different ways to do this. All these remainders are different, so we could actually use the remainder theorem. If we put in -2 for x, we would get one of these answers, -5, -2, 8, 2. Another thing you can do is you can do polynomial long division, which is going to be x cubed plus x squared minus 3x plus 6, and divide that by x plus 2. We could get one of the answers, but what we're going to do instead is something easier we've taught, which is synthetic division. If you take the divisor and set that divisor equal to 0 and find essentially 0, you'll have x is equal to -2. So -2 will go outside here. And then we put the coefficients of our polynomial, 1x cubed, 1x squared, -3x, and 6. And so we just go through the process here. We bring down the 1, we get 1x squared. -2 times 1 is -2. -1 plus 2 is -1. So we have x squared minus x. -2 times -1 is 2. So we get -1. So we have -1. And then we have -2 times -1 is 2. So we get 8. So we're going to get 8 squared minus x minus 1 plus 8 over x plus 2. And that's going to be our answer choice B. Again, we could took this -2 and plugged it in, and we would have ended up as 8 anyway for us, the remainder theorem. All right. This was the one that we got rid of there. Okay, here we go. Which function represents f of x when f of x equals g of x plus h of x? Well, there are a lot of ways to do this problem. Probably the easiest way is to go ahead and add these two columns together. So we get 3, 8 plus 9, 17, 23 plus 36, what was that going to be? 59, and so on. 48 plus 81, that's going to be, is that going to be 129? I think so. And so on. And then we could, these should be enough to help us figure out. So we can plug in the answer choices, see which one would be correct. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. I'll try answer choice C. Okay, we go to the calculator, and we're going to go get a graph page for I. Add graph. Answer choice C, 4x squared minus 3. And we graph that, but the thing we're going to look at is a table view. Control T. And we get here -3, 1, 13. And we look at this. No, we're supposed to get 3, 17. So let's try answer choice B. 5x squared plus x plus 3. (5x squared plus x plus 3). Plus x plus 3. Graph that. That's not important. What is important is the table view. Okay. We have 3, 9, 25, 51. That doesn't look familiar either, does it? Three. Is it going to be this one? 14x squared plus 3. Let's try that. X Control T. Yeah, I think this is it. It's going to be 3, 17, 59, 129. Yeah, 15, yeah, this is going to be it. So that's your choice is D. That's the correct answer. Okay. 3, for the binomial factors of, find the binomial factors of the following quadratic trinomial expression. And then we have this. So what we're going to do is we're looking for, we need two numbers. Okay, 3x times x is that. Then we need the last two terms equal -6. Well, here we have -2 times -3, which is +6. Here we have 2 times 3, which is +6. So we're left between answer choices C and D. Well, here in choice D we have -2x, and over here we have 9x, and these will add up to 7x. So this is going to be answer choice D. Here we're going to get, I believe, -7x. So D is our correct answer. Another thing you can do is you can emulate in the calculator, plug in a variable, plug in an unknown like 3 for x, and see which one is an equivalent expression. Okay. 4, as college approaches, Mark is looking at a savings account and wonders if he'll have enough money. The table shows the monthly balance savings account, including initial deposit. How much money will be in Mark's savings account a year and 1/2 for making his deposit? So when I first look at this, I was looking, year and a half, I was looking at, okay, that's going to be halfway between 1 and 2. But if you look carefully, this is going to be month. Okay, we want to find out 1.5 a year and 1/2. Okay, a year and a half. So year and a half is going to be this 0 months to 6. That's 1/2 of a year. And so we're going to have go to a year and a year and a half. What we do is we can find the difference in that half a year. We start out with that 1250, and to find out how much he contributed, and it doesn't say how much it does, but you can figure out that there's like a monthly deposit here. And I think it's $375 because you take 1625 and subtract from that 1250, you're going to get 375. But what we're going to look at is the difference between this 3,500 and the initial deposit, which is 1250, and you get that 3,500 minus 1250. So 2250. So 2250. So the amount he's going to have is, he starts out with this 1250, and he's added to that 6 months later another 2250, and depositing at that same rate, 2250. That'll be for a full year. It starts out this 6 months later, 6 months later, and a year and a half is going to be yet 6 months later. So that's going to be 1250 plus these three here. Well, let's go look at that. So 1250 plus 2250, and there were three of them, so I'm just going to multiply by 3. So $8,000 is what he's going to have. So 8,000 is going to be our correct answer. C. 5. Cynthia earns $4,800 each month teaching math. She also earns $40 per hour at after-school tutoring. At the end of the month, approximately 25 Cynthia's pays is deducted for taxes and other withholdings. So what you got to, if you're going to deduct 25%, how much is that going to leave that left over? 75%. Okay. And so what we're, and she's going to get that every month. So it's going to be either A or B. So what it is, 75% times 4,800 is going to be 3,600. And then she has this 40 per hour, so 40, and then 75% of 40 equals 30. So it's going to be 30x because we get that per hour. And so that's going to give us our answer choice A. These other ones like C and D apply if you, instead of, you take 25% times your 4,800. That's where you'll get the 1,200 and then the 10x. So A is your correct answer. 6. The Booster Club's ordering T-shirts from Sally Shirts. The variable cost of the order is $7 for each shirt plus a one-time $40 setup fee. Sales tax rate 8%, and so 8% is equivalent to, in decimalized form, 0.08. So what we have to do is take this $40 times 1.08. That's going to give us something. And then we take the variable cost of $7 times 1.08. And what is that going to be equal? So we go to calculator, 40 times 1.08. We get that. We take 7 times 1.08. We get that, 7.56, and 7.56, and it'll be this one right here. So our answer choice is going to be C. 7. For a right triangle shown below, what is the value of sine x? We have to understand what our trigonometric ratio is. So we have sine x is going to be our opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so this over here is going to be our hypotenuse. And to find our hypotenuse, we can use Pythagorean theorem, which is going to be a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's going to be 8 squared is 64, 6 squared is 36, c squared. So 100 is equal to c squared, and so c is going to be the square root of 100, which is 10. So c is equal to 10. So our hypotenuse is 10. And so sine x is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine x is equal to 6 over 10, which simplifies to 3/5. So that is our correct answer. I think on the senior ACP, actual senior ACP, I think it's a tangent question. So you might have to find an unknown side and use the tangent. Let's go on to 8. For the right triangle shown below, what is the measure of side x? Well, we have our opposite, and we're trying to find our hypotenuse, and we know that's our opposite. So the sine of our angle, which is 35 degrees, is equal to our opposite over our hypotenuse. Well, I'll just call that x. And so we can cross multiply and divide or use n solve, or the cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so we can say cosecant 35 degrees equals x over 6, and then cross multiplying, x is equal to 6 cosecant 35 degrees. So we go here, 6 cosecant 35 degrees, and we get that. And then if we want to use n solve from the original equation, it might have made things easier. So numerical solve, we say sine of 35, and I'm in radians here, so I got to put a degree symbol. If you're already in degrees, you don't have to do this. And that's going to be equal to 6 over x. And we go here, comma x, same thing. So 10.46, and that's approximately equal to 10.5. And so that's choice D. 9, in an arithmetic sequence beginning with 159, what is the value of the seventh term? Now, you don't have far to go, so you can just add. It looks like our common difference is going to be 4. So we can say 9 plus 4 is going to be equal to 13, and that's going to be our fourth term. 13 plus 4 is equal to 17. That's our fifth term. 17 plus 4 is equal to 21. That's our sixth term. 21 plus 5, 21 plus 4, excuse me. 21 plus 4 is equal to 25. So that's going to be that. Then you can say the equation is the a sub n equals a sub 1 plus our common difference times n minus 1. Well, our a sub 1 is going to be 1. Our a sub 7 is going to be 1 plus our common difference, which is 4, times n minus 1, and n is 7, 7 minus 1 is 6. So that's going to also be 25. Okay, 10. If the first three terms of geometric sequence are 1, 3, 9, what is the common ratio r? Well, r is equal to a sub n divided by a sub n minus 1. So if you take any two terms together here, we could say 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3. Oops, what is that doing here? So that is our common ratio, 3. Number 11. What is the value of this summation? Mark your answer in the grid provided. Well, there are ways you could do this. You could do it by hand. You could start at 0 and keep on adding these together. But in our calculator, there's something we can do to help us quite a bit. And that is, if we go to next to this 9, there's this summation key right here. So we can go here from j equals 0, and the letters not important. And we're going to go up to 12 up here, and then that's going to be 3 plus 4j, and that's all there is to it. So 351. So 351. So here's 3. 51. So that is number 11. And then number 12, our last problem, for a function g of x equals x squared plus x minus 6, what is the value of one of its real zeros? So here you could have two possibility right answers. Mark your answer using the grid provided. There are a couple ways to do this pretty easily. One is to factor and solve for 0, and I'm going to do that. But I'm going to first do the easier method, which is to just graph this. So we have x squared plus x minus 6, so control I, graph x squared plus x minus 6. And so we get x equals -3 and x equals 2. So x equals -3, x equals 2. And so we can put in either one of our answers as our correct answer. I'm just going to put in 2. So I put in 2, bubble that in, then -3 would have worked also. And also we can factor this polynomial set equals 0. So we're going to x plus 3 times x minus 2. So if we set x plus 3 equal to 0, we get x is equal to -3. And if we put x minus 2 equal to 0, we get x is equal to 2. So either one of these. So anyway, that's the study guide. It should be quite helpful to you. Your actual test can be very similar to this. Good luck, and thanks for viewing.